So hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming, and if you're new, welcome. If you don't know me, my name is Clara. I'm Spanish, as you can tell by the Barcelona shirt, and I study computer science and communications engineering in Waseda University, which this year has been considered the best private university in all of Japan. That aside, I do study at Waseda University, and I'm actually going to prove it with my student ID. I'm not going to show you guys my picture or my details, but Waseda University, you can see it clear. And as the video title says, I have gotten I think one of the best possible scholarships you can get from Waseda University. And I know so many people come into my DMs asking, Clara, how do you go to Japan, and especially how do you manage the costs, because Japan isn't necessarily cheap, not crazy expensive like the United States, but you still have to have some economic power to come, and many of us don't have that economic power like just straight up in our pockets, so we need some help. Like for example, I have a scholarship and I also work 2 part-time jobs actually. So I know all my fellow students out there, I know what it feels like to want to go to a place but just not have the financial abilities to really be able to go there comfortably. So today I'm going to explain to you guys how I got my scholarship and how literally anyone can, and not just my scholarship. Like there's so many scholarships to come to Japan. There's like a lack of information out there for Japanese scholarships, I think, especially because a lot of it is in Japanese and like the websites are complicated to read. Like if you just try to go to like the Waseda University page, some of the pages are in Japanese, so it's like very tricky because like you press on a scholarship section and then it appears in Japanese and I'm like, bruh, what? But do not fret, mother is here to help you. So now getting into it, first of all, I would like to clear up that you do not need a high Japanese level for most of these scholarships. For my scholarships, man, you don't even need a Japanese level. If you want to know how to get into Waseda University, click over there. I also have a bunch of videos revealing my essay and things like that, so really useful. You should definitely check them out. And to apply to my university, you don't need to know any Japanese, like because I'm obviously doing an English-based degree. Can you imagine trying to do a computer science degree in Japanese? But for the English-based degree, obviously it's recommended that you know some Japanese for like the daily life, but for the actual degree you don't need it. And if you don't need it for the actual degree, then if you're going to apply for scholarships from your degree, from your major, from your department, you don't need Japanese. So that's number one. Obviously for some scholarships you do need Japanese, but for the ones I'm talking about, you don't. If you don't know Japanese, do not fret. There are still a lot of chances for you out there. Now, there are 2 types of scholarships that you should be looking into. Number 1 is scholarships before you get admitted into Waseda, and scholarships when you get admitted into Waseda and then during your stay at Waseda. So for example, if anyone here is still in high school and is looking to come to Japan, I really recommend you look at the MEC scholarship, because this scholarship covers all your 4 years of tuition. That is incredible. It's amazing. It covers a round trip of airplane tickets. So the first plane ticket when you go to Japan to start university, and then your second plane ticket is after your graduation. They also give you a monthly stipend of 117,000 yen, if I'm not wrong, and that is a lot of money, you guys. That is enough money to cover rent, to cover food, to go out, like to literally chill. But the thing is that for this scholarship, you don't have to apply on your last year of university like you normally do for like universities. You need to apply on your junior year, the second to last year before applying to universities. Now, my second to last year, I was kind of lost. I didn't know what I was going to study. I knew I wanted to study in Japan, but I didn't even know about this scholarship, so I missed the date. But if you're watching this and you're still in high school, please think of it. MEC scholarship. It's really the best scholarship you can get. There's nothing better than that. And if you guys want me to make a separate video on like the requirements, what you need, leave it in the comments and I'll do it gladly. Now, once you've looked into scholarships that you can get before even getting admitted into Waseda, like MEX for example, then phase 1 is completed. You're already doing very well, exceeding over 90% of the people, including me, because genuinely I didn't know about this scholarship. Now, number 2, you receive an acceptance letter from Waseda. Yeah, you got accepted into one of Japan's best universities and you're doing your dream, you're coming to Japan. Now, in the Waseda admissions guideline, there's like a section of scholarships that has pre-entry and then post-entry. So pre-entry is basically when you get back your acceptance letter, they give you a scholarship with it because they think that your application was outstanding. I honestly really thought I was going to get a scholarship like this because my grades, I did A-levels, I got 2 A stars, 2 A's. Like I felt like my application was very strong, and I did not get it. I was actually very bummed. I sent many emails. I was like, hey, like, are we gonna know anything about these scholarships? And they're like, we'll email you if like you're a recipient. So I'm like, yeah, that ain't me. But then there's post-entry scholarships, and that's the one that I currently have. That is once you enter into Waseda and you actually start your semester, there you can start applying to scholarships. And in post-entry scholarships, there's 2 types of scholarships, okay? There's external scholarships and there's internal scholarships. So external scholarships are basically scholarships that are not from Waseda. For example, JASO. JASO is a scholarship that you apply through Waseda, so you need to be in Waseda, but it's not from Waseda. They give you a stipend of 48,000 yen per month, which is very good. It would cover almost all my rent, but I think you do need some Japanese level for that. Wait, hold on guys. here it's saying that the Japan Student Service Organization Scholarship, which is JASO, does not require Japanese proficiency if your classes are in English. So boom, if you're already in Japan, go ahead and run to the scholarship. Matter of fact, as soon as the video ends, I'm running to the scholarship. So that's an example of an external scholarship. Now an internal scholarship would be something that Waseda grants you the scholarship directly and you apply through Waseda's application system. There's this website, I'm going to link it in the bio, I'm going to show it here. Basically it shows all the available scholarships for Waseda in both English and Japanese, and it shows you what you need, if you need like Japanese requirements, like the amount, the deadline, everything. And I applied through my scholarship through here. So my scholarship is called the Half Tuition Waiver Scholarship, and what it does is basically in Japan, well, I don't know if this is in other universities too, the academic year is constituted of 2 semesters and you have to have 2 different payments. Obviously you have fall semester and you have spring semester. So I applied for the scholarship in spring semester, and what it did was basically it took out my tuition for fall semester. So my parents didn't have to pay any money in October, and the next fee that they need to pay is in May, which is honestly amazing because half tuition is like, I think 800,000 yen, $5,000, I don't know, something around that, which is honestly so good. But the thing is that this scholarship, it alternates. So one semester it's for students in creative science and engineering, and the other ones it's in fundamental science and engineering. And as I'm a computer science student, I'm in fundamental science and engineering, so I can only apply for this scholarship every spring semester. But it's good because this scholarship is renewable, so every spring semester I can keep on applying to it, and every spring semester I can get a half tuition waiver, meaning I won't have to pay fall semester. And essentially in the long run, over the 4 years, that means that basically I would have paid half the tuition instead of the full tuition because I kept on renewing my scholarship. And this scholarship that I have, I think it allows you to pair with other scholarships, so I could also get the JASO scholarship. There's some other scholarships from Waseda like the Okuma Memorial Scholarship, which gives you 400,000 yen, but it does not allow you to have any other scholarships, and if they catch you, they will cancel the scholarship, and if they already give you the money, demand it back. The way to apply to these scholarships is super simple. All you have to do is click on the links, the poster will appear, and then on the right there'll be like a link to a form. Normally you have to fill in some basic information like your name, your student ID. You're probably gonna have to fill out a form of like finances, because they kind of only want to give these scholarships to people who actually need it. So if your parents are like the owners of a multi-million-dollar company, I don't think the scholarship is gonna go to you because there's other people that need it more than you do. You fill that form with all your finances and how much you're making, if you have a job, how much your parents are giving you. And then you have like a small section where you have to write like, I think like 3 different essays. Oh my goodness, ambulance, I hope they're okay. And like, I think it's like 150 words or 50 words per section. It's like not a lot. It's basic things like what do you want to do in the future. You guys have all done this for university applications, so literally chill. And then you apply, and then depending on the scholarship that you're applying to, they will either be revealed in May, June, July, I don't know. It really depends on your scholarship. When I got mine, I genuinely started to cry. I called my mom, I'm like, oh my goodness, mom, I got this scholarship. She's like, I'm so proud of you, girl. I'm like, wait, I can't believe this is real, because like I was stressed for so long about tuition, and now I have a scholarship. So yeah, that's basically it for today's video. I hope this video helped you guys and showed you guys that you can come to Japan. You don't need to be a millionaire, you need to be a billionaire. You don't need to know Japanese, you don't need to have everything figured out. All you need is a will strong enough to come to Japan, and the courage, really, because it takes a lot of courage to leave your home country and start a new life here. And at least for me, a culture, because I'm Spanish, a culture that's completely different to mine. I hope this video was useful to you. I love you guys so much. Check out my other videos and stay tuned for my next long video on Friday and today or tomorrow if you watch my shorts. I love you guys.